Hi everyone, Carter Krishnaiyer for Beyond the 90. Hope everybody is having a great holiday season. Wishing everybody a happy Hanukkah and a Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate this holiday season. I want to give a very brief update on the USL Labor situation. I've had a bunch of pings from a number of you asking me for an update since the collective bargaining agreement expires on December 31st. So I'm going to be as succinct as I can be without divulging too much that probably shouldn't be out in the ether. So I think there has been movement and progress in the last few weeks, for sure. But I do think the parties are still pretty far apart. And I do think one of the major sticking points is over licensing fees. And we've discussed this before, but there has to be, especially in this broader world where we see name and likeness and how much it means in college sports, the players union believes that there should be a higher level and rate of compensation for the name and likeness of the players being used in advertisements, in any sort of image, in promotions for CBS matches on CBS with the USL Championship and USL League One, promotions for ESPN, promotions for individual clubs. So that remains a sticking point. Base compensation remains a sticking point. However, I am told there has been, I wouldn't say significant progress on this, but there has been progress on this. The parties are not as far apart as they were 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's a positive. The third point is on healthcare, and this is more complicated than I thought it would be. I think universally public opinion believes that players who are playing a high-risk sport should automatically be given healthcare, and that's my belief. But what I have come to understand from talking to some clubs specifically is that they offer their players healthcare, and they're part of the same healthcare plan they offer their employees, right? They're front office employees. They're employees who are who work in the general manager, the ticket salespeople, the sponsorship salespeople, the comms people, the ops people, and the nature of health insurance. And I think this is not. I don't have to explain this to anyone. Everybody in this country should understand the health insurance business. If they don't, I heaven help you, right? But the bottom line on health insurance is that in order to get a good rate insuring maybe people who are in a riskier pool, you need to have healthy folks insured also. So some clubs tell me they give health insurance to their players, but they don't want a league-wide plan because then that would make it more difficult for them to go out and get health insurance for their front office employees. So that's one perspective I did not consider up until the last 2 weeks. Now, there are other clubs that don't give health insurance, and that's not cool, and that's not good. But we might have a problem in terms of meeting halfway on the players' demand for a league-wide health insurance plan that covers all players in the USL Championship and USL League One, because of what I've outlined, which was something I should not say I was not aware of it. I had just not put 2 and 2 together and realized, okay, health insurance for the individual clubs to ensure their 55-year-old sponsorship sale, VP of sponsorship sales becomes much more difficult once they pull players, healthy, able-bodied, young male players out of that pool. So, although this has somehow been able to work on the women's side in the USL Super League, all of this stuff we're talking about. But that might be a little different because they did it at the outset and the league remains very small. But it's the same concept there. It is you can give health insurance to older male and female employees in the USL Super League. It helps the risk pool because you're insuring 19, 20, 21, 23, 25-year-old younger female athletes, exceptional athletes. So that's kind of the way the insurance business works, which I think everybody knows. So we've got licensing, we've got the base compensation, we've got health insurance. I think the length of the CBA, I'd be curious to see what I'm not entirely sure about. Where we're probably working a 5 to 7 year time frame. How USL's stated pro rel and Division One ambitions factor into that, because that would start, at least in theory, before this new CBA, when it gets consummated. Hopefully, it gets consummated. Were to be up. So that's a whole nother issue. Another reminder: USL's current television deals with ESPN and CBS expire at the end of the 2027 season, which is why I think 2028 has been pegged as the date for Division One, whether that's realistic or not, and as the start of pro rel. It is possible we will have promotion before relegation. There's more and more of that chatter out and about right now in the ether, that maybe in 2028 we're just going to have promotion and kind of an evening of divisions, and then relegation will kick in 29 or 30. That might be the halfway house, but that remains to be seen. I think what happens with this collective bargaining agreement is going to have a pretty dramatic effect on how even the structure, the three division professional structure, looks in the USL. So we will keep you posted during the course of this holiday season. May even have a conversation with the players union and with one or two people from individual clubs, laying out their point of view in the near future. I'm hoping to put that together. Can't promise anything. These are very, very kind of, things are sitting on a knife's edge. So you have to respect the fact that while people are talking to me privately, they don't necessarily want to talk publicly about some of these things. So enjoy your holiday season, and hopefully some updates soon on this. Hopefully some progress in the next week or two. Remember, the CBA actually expires at midnight on the 31st. Players would report to camp about 2 weeks later. So I do think, while we're saying December 31st is when the CBA expires, we realistically have till about January 12th or 13th to get this done.